we decided that we would call ourselves the Bukake Masters Crew.
How welcome to the podcast. This is Not For Radio. We are your hosts, Dunc and Hi, Jay Reeve. What a treat it is to have you with us. And there's plenty of other snipers climbing on board too. Big numbers for this time of the year. We just got some numbers through the other day. So last summer, all you fellas and fellettes took the summer off.
Yeah, wildly appreciated. Wildly appreciated. So this is the, I guess, the result of you passing this on to somebody who you think also has questionable taste in humour, or likes the lighter side of life, possibly. So, yeah, if you've passed an episode on to a mate, fucking thanks, mate.
So, the podcast today is a ripping war story about a bloke coming unstuck on his motorcycle, having a run-in with a cat. One of the most outrageous yarns from Beanie Boy, and he'll be on the podcast too. He's replacing Showboss Teagues. Did the official email go out before? Is that why the emails keep popping up? Is that what it is?
I'm not sure. Hopefully it goes out before they hear what we've recorded today.
This is a very valid point.
It's the shortest contract ever dished out.
I think it keeps popping up as the messages come in. Also, as well, we're doing a good game of Would You Rather, fight a big red kangaroo, or...
How hard is it to jump a car? That question gets answered in spectacular fashion.
Yeah, push comes to shove. You kind of like, people probably run through it in their head, you know, like, what would I do in that situation? Well, somebody that listens to the podcast had to make a call and probably did what I think I would do and got fucking smashed up to bits. It's a good podcast. And if you missed the news yesterday, we do have more Not For Radio hats en route. Cheers to our mate Knuckles at Country Trucker Caps. They're getting shipped at the moment. And also there's still a couple of sunglasses left, I got told.
Yes.
So all of that
They'll
stuff.
get popped up soon on the store, I think.
Including how to become Sniper Elite and get all the extra episodes and ad-free and stuff. You can find all those details in the description of today's episode. And if you do want to jump on and make the leap and to become Sniper Elite, part of the top brass, do it through supporting cast.
Fucking do it.
That's the best for us. And then listen on Spotify if you're wondering what platform to choose.
And also, just a quick apology for those of you that heard the Sausage Sensei episode. We were unaware of how fucking rough it sounded in people's ears. One of the worst ASMRs ever.
Yeah, apparently we're just fucking guzzling back meat, which I remember, but we couldn't hear anything because we didn't have headphones on. So, noted. Enjoy the podcast.
Attention, snipers! Gear up and hold your positions. It's time to load up some war stories. Your tales from the front line, brought to life. Prepare to fire.
What's your Country Trucker Cap say? It's not a dad bod, it's a father figure.
That's
Amen
exactly
to that.
right. Yeah.
I said a protein bar.
Yes.
Just because didn't go to the gym. I'll get back there. But if anybody can figure out how to not make protein chalky, it's such a shit taste.
I've discovered it, and it's called Just Eat Meat Like Any Normal Motherfucker.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. There you go.
Fucking I fell at you pussy.
yeah.
Okay, good to know.
Comes out something. It's fucking coming. It sounds like this. Yeah, it's fucking delicious. Anywho, straight to the war stories. This is. Hey fellas, my name's Rachel from Doncaster in the UK. Big fan, listen to your podcast all the time. Appreciate you, Rachel.
Mate.
Thank you very much. Just to have a story that you might like. Back when I was in my 30s and still male. What? Here we go.
Great curveball.
Fucking hell.
I'd like to say we've seen it before and we'll see it again, but I don't think we have on the podcast.
No, this is great. I just went to meet that one there and it just fucking whistled past the head. I'd met a girl on a dating site. We'll call her Emma because that's her fucking name. We got on like a house on fire on the first date, so we arranged a second date a week later. I was meeting her after work, however, while I was waiting for the bus, which was late as usual for the UK buses, I decided to cross over to get the bus that was coming on the opposite side of the road to avoid being late. Well, that was my first mistake, as I saw the bus coming on my side as I was crossing. My second mistake... My second mistake was stopping without seeing the car that was travelling at around about 64 kilometres an hour. I tried to jump vertically in an attempt to what I can only imagine is jumping over it, like you see in fucking YouTube when someone jumps a Lamborghini.
That's too good. What? You always wonder, you go, what would I do in the situation?
Surprisingly, it didn't work. The car hit me, breaking my foot first, and then I put my arm out, which hit the windshield, snapping that fucking clean in half of the forearm.
Oh, shit. Instagram versus reality. It's happening right now in the story.
I was just out with my timing. Next to take the impact was my pelvis, which was fractured, and all the ribs on my right-hand side was smashed, and I woke up at the side of the road about 20 foot away from where the car had hit me, with pins and needles in my arm as it was folded underneath me. I apologised to the driver, as we English are very polite. Anyway, I was in and out of consciousness until I woke up in hospital high on diamorphine. I'd somehow managed to get my phone while they were cutting my clothes off in the emergency room and messaged said girl saying I wouldn't be coming on the date because I've been run over. As you can expect, she took that as a fucking poor excuse to ditch her to avoid the date. It would be a bad one. You know, like, I'd love to see the wild excuses that someone's given for being late or not turning up and it actually being true.
Well, that's a 3 we can start at the Snipers Nightmare group. I mean, this is right up there. It's going to be tough to beat.
Anyway, I was, at this point, my mother appears in the room, took my phone off me while they tried to give me an epidural to numb the pain. Anyway, I ended up going into surgery. When I eventually came to, Emma was sat next to me in the hospital, and I do remember a hot nurse asked me if I wanted a bed bath, and I thought, fuck, here we go, my luck is in. Thinking this is going to be just one of the greatest 3-ways of all time.
Oh, here we go. Jeez.
10 minutes later, a big bloke walked in to do it, and I was fucking so... and I was gutted. Also, whilst having an x-ray, the doctor managed to trip over the catheter, and I don't know what was more painful, the accident or having a tube that goes into your cock, up into your bladder, fucking pulled out.
Oh. Isn't there like a little balloon to hold it up there as well?
Yep.
Oh, that's tricky.
Yeah, my mate Kev pulled his one out and he said that he's never seen his cock stretch that big. It looked like a snake that had swallowed a fucking antelope just going in reverse. Anyway, Emma said I should go to hers and she would look after me while I recovered. I ended up living there for a few months after meeting her once in a relationship. After meeting her once in a relationship for a year with her, turned out that the driver who hit me was on his way to the hospital for kidney dialysis, and Emma was also a patient at the hospital for kidney problems. So it was a running joke that she was the one that hit me, so I couldn't escape. I love your work. Keep it up the wires. Cheers. That is great. Thank you very, very much for that, Rachel. That is a fucking cracking yarn.
It's one of the absolute greats. It really is.
Jay and Dunc, fucking brilliant. Not for radio.
I wonder how many people that are part of, Sniper's Nightmare, part of Not for Radio, have been hit by cars. Have you been hit by a car before?
Nah.
I've
I've had car crashes.
I've had my foot run over by my dad backing up.
Yeah. I've had my head run along the side of a camper van, but that doesn't count as being hit by a car.
I think I've had my foot run over too. It doesn't hurt as much what you think it's going to.
I got lucky. It went between two bricks in our driveway that were loose bricks, so my foot sort of mashed into it. The car went over, and it was like light bruising and nothing else.
Yeah, okay. Oh, by the way, that's for those that haven't listened to an episode in ages, that's Benny Boy. He's Showboss Teagues' replacement, and you'll be happy to know does not have a moral compass. So, I know it's getting harder to get cancelled, but it could be our year.
Treasure every single one of these episodes. It could be the fucking last every time.
And also as well, if you want to listen to him on the radio, does the night show on the Rock radio station we work at too, which works out to be a pretty good time for those in the Northern Hemisphere to have a brekkie show with some fucking banging tunes.
Yes. Great call.
Okay. I was chatting to my sons are obsessed with Kangaroo flexing at the moment because I showed them a couple of videos of fucking roided up big red kangaroos and how muscly they are. And so they're all flexing like that, walking around the house at the moment. 'Cause they barely ever wear t-shirts.
They bounce around and flex.
Yeah, and they didn't. They
Your place is a fucking zoo.
yeah, they didn't believe it was real, and I was like, it's real. It's like I'll show you multiple videos like they're that muscly, and then I was like, that's right. At the end of last year, we were playing a great game of Would You Rather, and because it's a scary thing to take on a big red kangaroo, but there's in your head you go, if I had to, there's a chance I could win.
I would still I'd back myself. Because, I mean, they can kick like fuck.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to get disemboweled by one.
Yeah.
Benny boy, you reckon you back yourself against one?
My old man and old lady met in Australia, and my mum got cracked in the face by a kangaroo at like one of those feeding enclosure ones, like a small kangaroo.
Smacked like
it came up like it punched her like fully in the face and like broke her nose and messed up her eye socket.
Did they say it was a huge one or just a regular one?
It was like the same height as her. She's sort of like, 5 something. So it wasn't like one of those monsteroid ones. It was like a regular kangaroo. And they were like, we're so sorry. All our kangaroos are tame. This has never happened before. Just didn't like the look of her, eh?
Because here's the thing though, like, because when a kangaroo punches, it's got its tail. So that holds all the force. So it's like, if you punch it back, it doesn't really move because it's got the tail to hold it there. It's a tricky fight, but I like to think like if your life depended on it, you'd stand a chance.
Yes, I'd back myself.
So this is the Would You Rather game.
Yes.
Would you rather fight a big red kangaroo 1-on-1, or would you rather face a bull moose in rutting season with nothing but a gumboot?
Fucking hell, kangaroo every day.
Okay.
So a bull moose. For those people that are unaware, they're the size of a fucking Clydesdale horse with 2 trees growing out of its head.
Yeah, they're pretty big. Okay.
Massive.
Would you rather fight a big red kangaroo 1-on-1, or be in the room when 1,000 honeybees get loose while you're holding a sausage covered in honey?
Fucking bees and honey, piece of piss.
You reckon you'd eat up 1,000 angry bees?
Wait, 1,000 or 100?
1,000?
Oh, yeah, 1,000's quite a bit. I'm not allergic though.
Yeah, I'd be so
It'd be
fucked.
mellow. You just don't move. They're not going to fuck with you.
What's that fucking cracking show with the movie with Macaulay Culkin when he dies?
Home Alone.
No, he dies of he has a girlfriend named Vader, I think. He dies at the end. It was like a real fucking, and there was the Dan Aykroyd's in it, and there's the funeral home. My girl. My girl. But it's like a really nice love story, like he really loves his mate and rah.
Yeah.
And then she's like, they're getting along just so well, and it's a bit odd how the old man owns a funeral home and stuff, and he's used to dead bodies. Then all of a sudden he just gets fucking stung to death by like 1,000,000 bees, and he dies. It's like, what the fuck how's this a family movie?
Yeah.
Then you had to see little poor old Macaulay Culkin as a kid with lots of little dots on his face because they fucked him.
With his bumhole eyes.
Yeah, would you rather fight a big red kangaroo 1-on-1 or take on a Wolverine that's been awake for 3 days? Now, I'm just going to...
Wolverines are great, but it's a cat.
So I didn't actually know they were a real thing until today.
Yeah.
And I was like, hang on a minute, is a Wolverine an actual animal? And it was basically the honey badger of the north is what came up.
Yeah, they do a lot of trapping for them up in and around First Nation places in Canada and there.
Well, here we go, mate.
Oh, yeah,
Let's just
fucking
school
it is
you
one.
up.
This tiny predator fears nothing. The Wolverine can overpower animals 10 times its size. Its strength is far greater than its body suggests. Its jaws are powerful enough to crush frozen meat and even bone. Very few predators come close to that bite force. And its sense of smell is extraordinary. A Wolverine can detect prey buried beneath a full meter of snow. The Wolverine, small in size, unstoppable in nature. This tiny predator fears
Pretty
nothing.
cool looking bit of cat.
Wolverine.
Yeah, I reckon I'd definitely go the kangaroo over the Wolverine. They're fucking gnarly. You'd be losing digits left, right, and centre.
That whole
particularly
thing there was AI as well.
Yeah, Tom's just saying that whole thing's AI.
Yeah.
Everything is now.
Yeah.
Well, we covered that off in yesterday's episode. We are, so get used to it. One last one. I think you know the answer on this one. Would you rather fight a big red kangaroo 1-on-1
Yes.
or fend off a hippo calf
Oh.
with its mum watching?
There's no fucking way. Hippos and grizzly bears sit in about the same camp, I reckon. Polar bears also up there in terms of bears that just, or animals that just want to fuck you up.
And like a hippo's bite is so large, it could go round your torso and just pop you.
Yeah, there's a great, once again, we talk about it often on the podcast, real survival stories. And there's one about this guy that fucking gets bitched by a hippo, and when he's out on this lake in South Africa or Africa fishing.
Is that the one that chases him in the boat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez, they got some speed. It was like running on the bottom of the lake.
Yeah, just fucking basically just porpoising him behind him, mowed him down.
They had a bigger wake than the boat.
Yeah. Flipped him, fucked him, and then
we're going to need a bigger boat.
Yeah. I don't know why you'd even, like, if that was, say, for example, if you knew that they were out on the water or in the water, because who was it? Like Benny Brown, didn't he paddled past one? Like they paddled past them.
I know his mate got unfortunately passed away with a crocodile,
which is
on the
fucking
Nile or something
wild.
like that. Ollie Hoop was like
gone.
Yeah, that was gone. But the same thing. You got to see. I saw some old jokers on Instagram fishing up in the Northern Territory on the banks of a river. They knew
fuck that.
Knew there were crocodiles there. They're pulling in barramundi, and then they're like, "Yeah, that's a beauty." And then out of fucking nowhere, this massive salty has a crack at it. And they pull it away, and then the salty gets half it and yanks the fish off. They're like, whoa. But they're still standing like half a metre from the water's edge.
Yeah.
That's only going to end one way.
Yeah. And they just sit there for so long watching you. Just watching you.
Just biding their time.
Yeah.
They're used to waiting. They really
they're
are.
very, very good.
Well, there's a hip hop, hippity hip hop, oh bollocks. Fuck it, not for radio.
This one from Will Colerick from Wales / Tasmania in Australia. G'day, you mad rooters. Long-time listener, first-time writer. I'm Will, originally from... Oh, yeah, fuck. from Worcestershire. That's not bad. I'm going to stick with that. I don't even know if it's right. In England, now living on the beautiful northwest coast of Tasmania.
Sick.
I've been listening to you boys since back in the early days when Jim the Hairy Chainsaw caused absolute fucking carnage and a few headaches for a few departments at your work. Everywhere, everyone was quietly sweating.
They fucking were.
He was so good. You've been in my ears through some proper ups and downs, and I genuinely mean it when I say your humour has dragged me out of a few dark places over the years. I know I'm not the only listener who will be forever grateful for that. That said, I'd like to formally request you slap a warning label on the podcast. Here we go. This is coming with a couple of fucking hooks.
This is what you call a compliment shit sandwich.
Yeah.
So that's the bread. That's the compliment. Then it's the shit.
Well, it's just shit toast.
Yeah.
It's compliment, and then the shit gets piled on top. As much as you helped my mental health, your yarns have nearly put me in hospital on multiple occasions. I'm currently training for my first Ironman in March over on your side of the ditch in Taupo. Also my first time in New Zealand, somewhere I've wanted to visit for years. As you can imagine, there's a lot of solo training involved, mainly because I'm the only one of my mates stupid enough to sign up for this sort of punishment. So most of my long runs and rides are done alone. Well, alone, if you don't count you boys rattling around in my head. This is where things get dangerous. Picture this, a 6'2" bloke dressed in head-to-toe lycra resembling sponsored sperm, absolutely pissed himself laughing mid-ride. I've crossed into oncoming traffic more times than I'd like to admit because I've lost all composure during one of your stories. I've seen the whites of several drivers' eyes as I'm crying with laughter, wobbling across the road like a newborn giraffe.
Shit, that's hectic.
If I get taken out before race day, please know it wasn't heart failure. It was Jay oversharing or Dunc saying something wildly inappropriate at the wrong moment. Had to join up to the Sniper Elite as a training ride or run doesn't quite feel the same without you boys in my ear. I've got about 12 days after the race to explore and sample New Zealand's finest offerings. So I'd love any travel tips to places to see, beers to drink, foods that'll undo all of my Ironman training immediately. And if there's any chance in March that I could come say g'day, shake your hands, and personally thank you for putting me closer to death than most people will ever experience. That'd be bloody unreal.
Mate, do it.
Appreciate you legends more than you know. P.S. I'm not actually from Worcestershire. I'm actually from a tiny village in Wales.
Oh, it's from Wales.
Called
Good luck.
Lochfillan.
No, it's a double L that starts with, then ANFYLLN. So knowing the Welsh, it'll be fucking Bob.
Good luck with that, Dunc. I just love hearing Dunc try and say Worcestershire.
Lanfillan.
Lanfillan?
but it'll be like.
That's good you're from there, though.
Yeah.
Get on you. That's a nice message. Thank you. And yes, you can come into the studio.
Whenever you want.
We'll have a chat to you on the podcast. Yeah. And as far as must-dos in New Zealand?
Well, if you're going to be going to Taupo, so you'll more than likely fly into Auckland. So the road trip between here and heading to Taupo and then back is a beauty. So I would suggest basically punching it straight from here. You could probably swing through Raglan if you wanted to on the way down because it's not far off State Highway 1, which is a beautiful, big, long left-hander, a great little village that's there, sleepy little surf village. And then you'll go through the mighty Waka Chang Chang, which is where Lord of the Rings was filmed. Through Rotorua, where you'll get a cultural experience like no other, as it was one of the epicentres of the Māori culture in New Zealand, mainly due to
together a nice trip here.
Yeah, due to the geothermal activity, and a lot of tribe from around the country, or a lot of iwi from different parts of the North and South Island, would pilgrimage there over the winter months to stay warm. So it's basically a warm getaway. And then you will pop down to Taupo. Taupo, it's almost, if you're wanting to, you basically cycle around the whole central North Island anyway. You can do a lap around Ngārahoi and the mountains, or Pehu. You can go through Smash Palace and you can pop back up onto the coast in Whakatane and then drive along the northeastern coastline to Mount Maunganui, where you can park up, and then inland from there, up a little loop up to the Coromandel, Whangamata, across the Pāwanui. You could probably shoot up a little bit into Tairua or go across over into Thames and then up the inside of the Firth of Thames to go round past sort of eastern Auckland, and then that'll take you back into Auckland.
That's a good road trip.
You skip all the shit bit through the middle.
There you go. Job done.
Not there's any shit parts in New Zealand. It's all
You'd make a good
glorious.
little, like a tour bus driver.
Oh, mate, do you want a fucking story about that? So there's Charch, who comes in from time to time. He worked for a very illustrious tour company in New Zealand. And a mate of mine, Dex, he used to run one as well. This is back in, Dex used to do it in probably the 90s, maybe, 80s, 90s. And he said it was unreal. So he took the tours north. So he'd pick up a whole bunch of backpackers, take them north. There's stop-offs all the way, sort of Paihia, Opanoni, that sort of area, up to Cape Reinga, down 90 Mile Beach, all in around fucking
Upper North Island.
Yeah, it's awesome. Awesome. Beautiful part of the country. So he had all these stop-offs. And fuck me, did he put some stamps in his passport with it. He didn't even have to leave the country to get the sampling of what the world has on offer.
Do you reckon they broached that when you're doing your interview?
No, but it's an unwritten rule. So I don't know if it was Charch that came up with it, or that's just what I heard from another guy, Ringo, who started working for them, who was a fucking
How's
handful.
the name dropping on Jay today?
They no longer work there anyway, any of them. And it didn't matter what company.
Probably have jobs right now,
They
though.
got great jobs right now. And so they would... basically, it was if you had a meaningful one-night relationship with the tour driver or the tour operator, then you would get to wear a certain T-shirt. And that was basically an indication as like a conquest. And so it's all well and good if you think about it, being the person that's on the tour. You go to walk, I don't know, whatever the fucking tour is, you go through Hobbiton, yeah, let's go and have a fucking couple of cow horns of mead back at fucking Hobbiton. And you chop that, and then you go somewhere else and you chop some more piss, and then you end up at the Waitomo Caves and you're thumping more piss after doing some blackwater rafting. You drink through till like whatever time in the morning, and the tour operator has to be like, they've X amount of time from bottle to throttle.
Yes.
And so they've got, most of the time they'll be running a fucking real tight line on how much piss they're putting through themselves, because it's pretty crazy. And to close a deal while everyone's still there is also quite a task in itself. So not hard if you're just whittling down a flock of gazelles, and then you pick off the slightly lame one at the end, or the last one standing. Easy. If you're pulling somebody out of a pub where there's 30 other people on the bus at 8:30, so you can get the job done, it's a skill set. Anyway, he ripped in a mate of ours, Ringo, got on the job, very, very sought after positions. Day one, drives to Taupo, he fills the bus up, backs the bus straight into another tour bus, blows the fucking windscreen out of that bus, fucks the back of the bus that he's driving. This is two full tours that are fucked on the side of the road at the Hooker Falls.
Oh, gee, that's a tough first day.
Yeah.
This isn't what I got sold on at all.
I wanted to do that driving or do work in the super yachts overseas.
Oh, jeez. I mean, you probably had it better at MTV, one would argue.
Yes.
Boy, you're listening to Jay and Dunc on Not For Fucking Radio.
Check.
Just quickly, can we bring up the tattoo? Benny Boy's tattoo?
Oh, yes. So we tried it. We're like, hang on a minute. What's that tattoo? Yesterday, while we were sitting in the producer's suite for the radio show, and Benny Boy goes, probably a chat for not for radio, lads.
So the tattoo is on the lower right ankle, above the ankle, and it's 3 letters. Those 3 letters are
BMC.
Yeah.
which stands for Barker's Men's Clothing, which is
Big Money C-Bomb.
Is it?
I don't know. I guess so.
It depends who's asking, because like
Bad
a lot of
mother.
Cuckers.
a lot of my mates'
So they just
wives.
sit in cuck chairs.
Are you getting closer? You're getting along the right
Okay.
lines. A lot of my mates' wives don't know what it means, and they're protecting it with their lives. But honestly, their wives definitely don't listen to you guys. So I think we're pretty safe here.
I reckon they'd be more concerned if their wives were than what the tattoo means.
Yeah. So when you get together with your group, your crew, when you're like 13 years old, and it's just 10 of you that are best mates, you come up with the funniest thing at the time when you're sort of hitting puberty. We decided that we would call ourselves the Bukake Masters Crew.
Oh, shit.
I'd just like to caveat this with, we've never done a bukkake.
No shit. Fucking how many people at 13 are dishing out bukakes? Fuck, is it one of those words?
Better than what I thought it was going to be.
You learned what it's the only tattoo you've got too.
It's the only tattoo I've got.
That is so out the
Fucking
game.
hell.
Oh, good on you for sharing. Yeah. That is so wild.
Did you ever fucking like a handshake like da-da-da?
When our dicks combined.
Yeah. I saw the most on that. I'll have to find. I thought that I'd saved it because it was awesome, but it was these like crazy ass handshakes that people do, which are fucking wildly inappropriate. And it was basically like, I don't know, we'll try and do it here. So it's like you kind of classic, like fucking dab it up and go back, and you point your finger at me, and I just go like this, yeah, like shit like that, yeah, or like scissoring and all sorts of shit. It's fucking awesome. I reckon if somebody's got like a real crook handshake or a equally shit little youth gang similar to the Bukkake Masters Club.
Crew.
Sorry. Crew. Fuck, my bad.
We're a crew,
You're a
man.
crew. You can't join this club.
Yeah, just there's there's the assumption that you just all walk around just jizzing on people's faces.
They might. You know, who knows? We haven't
Fucking
heard
hell.
any other details about what they got up to.
It's a real shit tattoo as well. I don't know if anyone can.
It's
can
bled
see
a
it
little
on
bit,
here.
hasn't it?
Oh, well, it was done by my pissed up mate at a beer festival in the middle of the dance floor.
How old
with
were
this
you?
little tattoo gun. Oh, 33.
So this is. So can we get, just for clarification, what was the age bracket in which you were a crew? Like
We're still a crew to this day.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
just as
We gather
anyone.
on Tuesday nights. I'll send you the address.
Did you get
Feeling
that?
you turn into a painter's radio by a bunch of fucking old dudes. Yeah, sweet, come on round.
Did you?
God.
Were you the first one to get the tattoo and no one
I'm
else
the
got
only
it?
one to get it. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Idiot.
Fuck, that's too good. That is.
It's fuck, mate. Open. This is an open forum. Anybody that's got like a like a fucking weird shit club that they had that they've kind of stuck to, that they've now got this thing. Fuck, mate. There's
No one's gonna beat that.
a buddy of mine.
We could try.
All of his workmates all got this logo of Kiwis with a golf bag on their back holding a can of Pals, and they got it in varying sizes. I'm talking from like the size of a cell phone to like fucking A4 on a shoulder blade.
I reckon. You know how my old man
Fucked.
hates tattoos,
Yeah.
and so every time I get one, you can tell he doesn't really like it. And he used to work a lot at let's just say prisoner reform.
Yeah.
And so, he's from that generation where they're like, basically, if you got a tattoo, it means you're committing crime. And he's seen enough people with tattoos that have committed crimes. Maybe it's maybe his judgment's slightly off of that. But I reckon I'll just, as soon as he dies, I'll just be like the Yakuza,
Full
just
body.
collar to wrists and to ankles.
Yeah. That's pretty sick.
How much down the front do they get the Yakuza, you reckon?
The whole lot.
What, they get their old fella tattooed?
I mean, I don't want to cast aspersions. Probably not a lot of ink work to be done.
That's one of your craziest calls you've ever made.
I'm just saying.
Snipers, reload. Another war story incoming. Eyes on target, scopes dialed in. Let's see who hits the mark.
I haven't seen enough to make a judgment call on that, Joe.
Go and just type it in. Do Yakuza get their dicks tattooed? Someone will know. Someone's probably in the Yakuza listening to this. Great stuff. I wouldn't be fucking surprised.
Yeah, I mean, far out. They get,
Someone showed me a picture. I either saw a picture or they showed me their dick, and they got these dragon wings that went down their legs, and then the body was had scales on it. Japanese
The headline up there.
implant glass pearls into their cocks. Every year they've served in prison. Fucking hell, it's called pearling. Jesus Christ.
Well, that's respect.
Jeez,
I want to do that on the outside.
I wonder if that's how it ended up becoming part of the sex toy industry. Is that they have one of those rabbits with all the whistling pearls inside of it.
That is crazy. Right, let's do a war story to finish up on before we head into the weekend. This from Matt Ladd from Tennessee. Fuck yeah, we like Tennessee.
Hot damn.
Been there. Southern hospitality is more than alive and well.
It was awesome. Lynchburg, Tennessee, and the Jack Daniels tour was a great, great trip.
Was riding my bike the other day.
There he is, the Harry Jones. I fucking told you he's still here.
Oh, yeah, that was from yesterday. He must be working contract in here.
Still walking
Have you
around.
ever listened to yesterday's episode? That'll make no sense. Was riding my bike. This is from Matt Ladd from Tennessee. Was riding my bike the other day for about a mile from my truck. Got torpedoed by a cat. Oh, all I remember was a grey cat between my frame and the front tyre. A loud yell and the pavement rushing up at me. Don't know how long I was out for. Got up, figured my face was bleeding, and I better get on with it and get back to my truck where I had a bandana to stick on my face. Got there and figured that I better go get checked out at ED. That's when I realised I'd lost my glasses and I couldn't see to drive. Call for help. Ambo shows up. They won't help me find my glasses, just straight to the hospital. One head CT scan later. Loaded onto another ambulance to the trauma centre because of a brain bleed. Definitely not on my bingo card. 36 hours on a gurney in the hallway because of overcrowding.
Wow.
Took over 24 hours for 7 stitches in my face because of how everything dried up in my mustache and they couldn't see the laceration. Oh, so the skin was retracting as it dried. 2 broken front teeth requiring crowns. To top it all off, 10 days later, they found an over 2 centimetre long bone chip in my elbow. Surgery yesterday to fish it out. If I could catch that cat, I'll be wearing it like an old coonskin hat with the tail hanging down. That's a raccoon. We'll be out of work for at least 2 months and God knows how many thousands of medical bills. Stupid flipping cat. You had to pay for it over there too, eh?
It is crazy. Man, I don't know how, I had a friend who was married to an American chick and they were in Dunedin and she slipped over and bounced her head off the concrete. And as she basically went up in the air, she goes, "Don't call an ambulance." That was the only thing she said before passing out because she was afraid of how much it would cost. They fucking cripple you with bills. And so there's another guy. That was the guy we went to lunch with the other day. So he has Southern California's largest medical practice. So he's got 2,500 doctors that work for him. And he's pretty much all of those, all of the patients that come to them, because he's in a private hospital, only get taken there if they have insurance, because it's just fucking no point. And I said to him, what happens if somebody doesn't have insurance and they're in a real bad way? He's like, then it becomes a fucking issue, because if they're not insured, then it's litigious against the work that you're doing them. So they're kind of fucked. If you don't have any form of insurance, you just seem to be fucked.
Fuck, so it makes you appreciate the healthcare system here in New Zealand.
You could be here on holiday with no health insurance and fuck yourself up. Apparently, you still just get taken. You get the full Rolls Royce.
So that's going to pretty much wind up the episode for today. Waz playing again this weekend. This is the final pre-season game. Am I all right? We need to put some bets on for that. I don't know what your plans are this weekend. I'm going to go slightly less large than last weekend, Jay. I'm going to go head up north. I'm going to shoot a bit of content with BYD, the Shark Sticks, and cooking out of the Traeger Ranger out of the back of it at the beach. I'll just go and find somewhere nice and then probably get the kids surfing a bit too.
Yeah, I'm doing something very similar. I'm going to go West Coast it.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go to the East Coast then.
Little sunset session, actually. Little sunset session.
Yeah, mate. All right, well, whatever you're up to for the weekend, have yourself an absolute ripper. And once again, a reminder, if you want to jump into, it's kind of the best way to support us, jumping into the Sniper Elite, becoming part of the top brass, unlocks a couple of hundred other episodes. And also you get an ad-free and first crack at all the prizes and stuff too. You can watch all the video on Spotify, YouTube. If you're a Sniper Elite, you got to sign up through YouTube if you like YouTube though. Same price though, I think.
Waz playing tonight, 8 o'clock. Yeah, $265 outside fucking shitters playing the Finns at $1.48.
All right, well, that's Friday night sorted. Have yourself a ripper weekend. Go well, go long.
And up the Waz tonight.
Up the Waz. Smells like a ring. It's the premiership ring, baby.
Motherfucking heck, yes. Up the Waz.
What he said.
Yeah.